Well, happy Sunday, everyone. It's February 7th, Dr. C ringing in, and I want to applaud all of you for working so hard. I'm seeing some vast improvements as everyone is starting to become a little bit, say, more indoctrinated into the requirements, of a university level introductory course. I think some students will come into, and I think I was the same way. You come into a college or university setting, the introductory course may not be all that demanding. It's kind of a soft approach. But as you know, it's not. What it is designed to let you know what lies ahead, what's expected of you. Content is extremely important, but it's your ability to explain what you've read, being able to take a position, be articulate, citing references so that your thoughts, your opinions, etc., actually have some factual support or reference. That is critical in our industry, and I think many of you have really signed on to that, and I sincerely appreciate that. I enjoy reading your thoughts, okay, and your investment. And I really enjoy and I applaud everyone for making factual reference, really offering robust, detailed yet concise responses to the questions in the assignments thus far. So Mod 5, right? Some of you maybe still be working on what's happening here. You have supporting roles. Let's take a look at the requirements in the rubric. All right, so you're clear as to what has to happen. You know that you are the role of community. You're assuming the role of a community outreach coordinator. And remember, in a lot of my feedback to everyone, I've told you before, you are writing to teach. And that's what you're going to do in a problem solving profession, whether you're a police officer or an advocate, it doesn't matter. You have to teach, which means you convince, right? You're able to explain a problem in detail with factual reference. And here's again, I've mentioned this before, this is critical. Description, describing how, describing the benefits, etc. So make sure you scroll through your whole rubric, all right? Down here, remember citations and attributions, that's our evidence of fact. Articulation of response, correct grammar, sentence structure, and spelling. Read your work aloud. Your reports, whatever you have to kick up into the system, if you are a problem solver, police officer, etc., you have to be absolutely clear. Otherwise, this is where it stops. It will be kicked back or it will be rejected. Or if it does get to court, it may be rejected there, and we don't want that to happen. This is who we are. So make sure that you review this as you work in progress. And as always, make sure you get in contact with me if you're having a problem. Project 1 requirements and rubric, another quick refresh here. Let's take a look at that. You're a community outreach coordinator at your local law enforcement agency. Make sure you read through this completely. Don't forget, gang, scroll down all the way to the bottom for every single page you're on. Don't scan for keywords. Don't cherry pick. Make sure that you outline what needs to be done. When it says required, that's exactly what it's saying, okay? Describe, and explain, okay? Make sure that you do that. And if you have questions about how to satisfy these, what they call taxonomy-based terms, all right? This is how we assess at the university level whether or not a student is comprehending the content, is able to explain it clearly, utilizing the English language as their best friend to be clear and convincing. There is an optional template. These are great to use. So if you want to use it, go right ahead. You fill in the spaces where the brackets are. If these do not meet your educational preferences, consider the following: an interactive timeline, an infographic, etc. Okay? Down here you have some supporting materials. If you want to make an interactive timeline, all right, or a visual or infographic, and again, the almighty rubric. All right, this is your guide. Have this set aside to you so that you know when you're crafting your outline and subsequently writing and creating, you're honoring all the tenets that we, as instructors and assessors and mentors and guides, have as our measuring stick. Okay, so that's critical. Mod 6. Let's take a look at what's going on in Mod 6. Okay, let's take a look. The introduction. Ta-da. All right. So at the end of this module, you'll be able to explain clearly how the juvenile justice system functions. Okay, Make sure that you read chapter 15. It's well written, it's excellent, and will help you with this particular mod unequivocally. At the glance, you're going to complete the juvenile justice tasks. You review the resources that are exceptional and participate in the make your case discussion. We'll get to that in a second here. All right. Let's go back up to here. I'm going to go back to mod 6 again. Kind of start from the top. And again, if you have any questions at all, make sure you come and see me. Now, you're taking a position. What does that mean? Pretend you're raising your right hand. That means you have to have factual reference to what you say. Whether you agree or disagree that an emphasis on discipline and a zero tolerance approach in schools with a large minority or disadvantaged population, does it create this school to prison pipeline? This is in your chapter. Make reference to what you read in the chapter. All right. It is always exemplary if you incorporate other references too. All right. That demonstrates to any instructor that a student has interest, zeal, dedication, and a real desire to learn more. The more you learn, the more capable you are of problem solving, the more capable and articulate you are in front of a potential employer. It shows dedication and zeal. It shows that you are an insatiable learner and that your learning or your willingness and desire to learn information outside of what you're being told directly or in a linear fashion, all right, speaks directly to the ability to distinguish yourself from the quote problem-solving pack. All right. Make sure that you look through all of this right here. It looks like gobbledygook, so you have to break it down. Make your case. Does it exist? Is there a disproportionate number of minority or disadvantaged, etc., etc.? All right. So it's well written, but chunk it out, break it down, use your references. Okay? There we go. And let's go back to mod 6. And we'll wait for a minute here. It's a little slow today. All right, mod 6, so you make your case. Mod 6 assignment. Let's look at the rubric there. You will complete a graphic organizer to inform your work in either the juvenile justice system or allied professionals, either or. In a professional setting, planning is crucial for creating a polished professional product. That's who we are. The organizer will inform your work on Project 3. In this project, you will choose to cover either the juvenile justice system or allied professionals. It is recommended that you choose the graphic organizer that reflects what you plan to cover in the project. This will ensure that you'll be able to make the best possible use of the feedback that you receive from me on the assignment. Okay, so make sure you scroll down and do what it's telling you to do. These are your directives. Define. All right? What does that mean? And be clear. Use good grammar. And make sure you scroll down to the almighty rubric. Here's your guidelines for submission. Very clear. APA format. Make sure you get good at that. It takes practice. If you have questions about that, see me. And if I say go to the Writing Center, you have to go. Why? Because I want you to be excellent. I want you to succeed. Articulation of response. The elements included law enforcement, courts, corrections, communication, citations, and attributions. Right here, critical. That's our evidence we prepare to bring to court. So with that said, let me know if there are any issues. Make sure you read your chapter this week. Make your case quite well, articulate, with references for your discussion. And as always, you know how to get a hold of me. My cell phone number is in my bio. Reach out to me, call me if you have any questions. I'd be more than happy to help. Have a great week, and thanks for the good work.